Hey, this is Justin with DayTradeTheMarkets.com on Wednesday, the 26th of March, 2014. And in today's video, I wanted to look at the emini S&P again. I've been looking at that a lot, but no, you can look at this software in any market that you want to trade. But we had a pretty good sell-off, especially in the last two-thirds of the day. And I wanted to look at that more in depth, talk about some of the early clues from early in the day that kind of showed some weakening in the market, and then I want to talk about what it all means going forward. So you can see that we had about an 8-point up move in the overnight session. So we could see that in an overnight chart. I don't have that on the screen right now. And then you could see when we opened, we had a pretty quick consolidation with this support and resistance zone that came in, and it contained the market for the first hour or so of trading. Okay, and the other clue that we want to look at here is that we had an attempted level 3 or extreme buying aggression bar that came in, and we did get a point or so of follow through, but we kind of petered out at resistance, and then you can see we tested support, tested resistance again, kind of tested support, but finally we got below that level 3 buying bar. Okay, so we didn't have any follow through, any full bars above, and then we finally had some full bars below. Okay, and you can see that we tested right up to there a couple times later in the day as well. That's what we call a level 3 reversal trade, but getting ahead of the game here. Anyway, point being, the first clue here is that this level 3 buying bar, okay, if this market was strong, we would have had follow through above. And you can see we didn't have really much follow through above, and then we did finally get some follow through below. Okay, so that's kind of our first clue. Now, this level 3 bar is not on the high or low of the day when it's formed, but it's still something we want to monitor. So that's just it's a kind of a red flag that this market, even though we had a good overnight session, at least from the bulls' perspective, even though we had a good overnight session, there's a little bit of a red flag there. Okay, then right before the breakout, a little bit after 1 o'clock Eastern time here, we had another attempt off of these lows. You can see this market failed to make new lows when we tested here around 12:30 Eastern. And then we had an attempted push higher, a level 3 buying bar there. Again, it's not on the higher low of the day, but it's intra-range, but a level 3 buying bar. Looks like some bulls are coming in off of the lows. Okay, we have a little bit of trouble getting over for 5 minutes or so, and this is, again, a 1-minute chart. You can look at this on any time frame that you want. We then test the low of this bar, pop back up to the high, decelerate a couple times, and then take this level 3 bar's low out as well. So again, no follow through higher up here, and then we get some follow through lower right here. So again, another attempted push higher with some bullish aggression that doesn't have follow through. Okay, that's kind of red flag number 2. Then you can see that about 10 minutes later, we make new lows of the day. But this time, you can see when we made new lows earlier, it was on a gray bar and on a red bar. This time, we have it on a level 3 bar. And if you watch the video I did a couple days ago, that's really the number one clue that we look for to see if a trend is for real, see if a vertical move is for real. On the higher low of the day, do we have a level 3 bar that has some quick follow through? Now, it doesn't always happen, but a good percentage of the time, that's exactly what will happen. But it's a very high probability that when you get a level 3 buying or selling aggression bar on the higher low of the day that has quick follow through, it's a pretty good sign that market's poised for a strong takeoff. And that's exactly what happened. You can see the rest of the day. We had this level 3 bar, another one, tested right to the high of it, another one, tested right to the high of it a minute later. Had a little bit of a two-sided action here for a few minutes, and then you can see we caught some support, and we tested right up to about 50% of this down move. It was also, by the way, it happened to be at one of our bigger picture levels, right at 56.25 that we were monitoring. So the market actually tested right up there. And then you can see got some level 2 bars decelerated right there. Got some level 2 bars that came in, and then turned over from green to red, tested right up there, and then had some more sell-off. Tested the high of that bar, tested the high of that bar. So just a really strong sell-off, and we actually took out this level at 46. That's a level we've been watching kind of as a pretty important level for the bulls to maintain, which they've been able to do for several weeks now. Now that we're below that, we're at least mixed in terms of our bias. Shorter term bias is more down. If we can get below, the next level down would be 37.75. We want to monitor how that holds up overnight. Below that would be 32, and then below that would be around 25. So if the market can get below 25, then we'd be what we would consider to be a full-blown bearish development. So, shorter term, we're certainly leaning down, and longer term, if we can get below 25, that would be very indicative that this market has turned around fully. So hopefully that makes sense. That helps. Again, the key points of this video, if I can just kind of backtrack them and review them for you, is we had an overnight move higher. The first level 3 bar had no follow through higher, so that's kind of our first red flag. The next attempted move had no follow through higher, had follow through lower. That's a second red flag. And then we make new lows of the day on a level 3 selling aggression bar with quick follow through. Pretty good sign the vertical move is underway, and you can see we fell almost 20 points from that moment in time. So in terms of going forward, as long as we stay below 46, that's a relatively bearish development. Next levels down would be around 38, 32, and then 25. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll talk with you soon. Thanks.